Are you frustrated that no matter how you try as an author, a content writer, an Amazon Kindle publisher, you've not been able to generate superb human-like content with Chatgpt? No worries. In this video, I'm going to be showing you the tested proven method and framework to use in producing 98% humanized content that is interesting, compelling, and enjoyable to read. If this is your first time on my channel, you are welcome. I'm VALUEBANK, and all I do every day is to bring to you time-tested proven methods and ways you can use to gain financial freedom here on the online space through vehicles like Amazon KDP, sales and marketing, and content creation. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you. Thank you for liking my videos and supporting my channel. Without wasting much time, let's get started. I know you've actually seen a lot of videos on YouTube about prompt engineering on how to use Chatgpt to actually write a great book. But in this video, I'm actually going to show you the best and the trusted method that you can use to get 98% humanized content, like guaranteed. So the first place to start, like, it's idea generation. You first of all have to know what you want to write about. You understand? So Chatgpt is like something that can actually help you achieve what you want. Is an assistant. You have to actually get that point. Chatgpt is an assistant, you get. So it is what you give to Chatgpt that is how it will actually respond to you. Most of the reason and the why people actually generate generic content, it is because first of all, they themselves don't even know what they want. Now, as an Amazon Kindle publisher or as a writer, the first thing you need to do is to make sure that you know what you want to write about. You have the full details of your end product, how you want your content to be like, how you want your book to be like. So as a Kindle publisher, where do you go first? First, you go to Amazon. Now, we'll turn on our incognito browser. Now, for example, we want to actually write a cookbook. Now, this actually works regardless of your niche. The principles I'm actually going to be teaching here works regardless of your niche. Like any niche, the principles actually work regardless of the niche that you are writing on, the topic that you are writing on. It works, and the principles are just universal to use. You understand? So all you need to do is type for Kindle publishers. Let me say you want to actually do a cookbook, for example. All you need to do is to type the best selling cookbooks on Amazon. Then you click on it. Then it will actually take you to the Google interface. All you now need to do is to click on the one that you are seeing, ZGBS books. It will take you to Amazon. Now, if you come to Amazon, the first thing you want to do is to change your address to a US based address, so that whatever you're actually searching on will be based on the US market. You understand? Because it is the US market that actually buys your book more. So you have to understand that fact. Now, if you are on Amazon and you want to write a book about a particular topic, look, there are so many ways to actually get good content, to actually get Chatgpt to actually produce good content for you. You understand? So one of the ways is to make sure that you model what is already working on Amazon. And remember, in my previous video, I've told you that if you want to succeed on Amazon, that whatever will make you succeed on Amazon is already on the Amazon website. So all you need to do is to just make sure that you lay your hands down on research. Lay your heads down on research to actually get the best out of Amazon, to get the best out of this Amazon KDP business. You have to really understand that. So for you to create good books, you have to see what other good books creators are doing. What are they including in their book that is making people buy their book? How are they structuring their book that is making people buy their book? So it's not just about prompt creation. It is not just about going to Chatgpt to generate your content. So it's about knowing what to include in your book. Now, when you know what to include in your book as an author, you now know what to go and how to actually structure your prompt to get the best content. You understand? I know you've watched countless YouTube videos out there that actually tell you to do this, do that, and ChatGPT actually gives you half-baked information. You understand? Now I want to actually give you the full juice on how to use ChatGPT to actually get the best book possible out there. And one thing to actually notice that you are an author, you are a publisher. You understand? And your books actually solve problems for people. So you have to actually think as an author. You have to think as a helper. You have to think as someone who is actually providing solution to people, because the money that these people are actually using to buy your books are their sweats. You understand? So one thing you need to understand, if you are not giving the best, you just be getting bad reviews and your book won't sell. So you have to make sure that you're actually creating books from a help mentality. You want to create books that solve problems. You want to create books that actually answer someone's question. You want to create a book that when people actually read your book, they will say, Aka, this author actually took their time to create this book. You get? So the first place to come is on Amazon to understand what the best selling authors are doing. Look, regardless of your niche. For example, what a cookbook author the tune a cookbook author will use in creating their book is not the tune that a self-help author will use in creating their book. It's not a tune that someone that is doing business and money niche will use in creating their book. It's not the tune that someone that is doing Christian books will use in creating their book. It's not a tune that someone that is doing Muslim books will use in creating their book. So you have to understand how and what is the tune that your niche, what is the tune that people are actually using to create, the author that are selling good books in your niche are using to create good books. So you have to understand that point. You have to understand that point. So when you come to Amazon, the thing to do first is to search. If you have gotten a topic and you want to write about a particular topic, for example, let's say Rena diet. Let's type Rena diet cookbook. Rena diet cookbook for seniors. Let's say for seniors. Okay, let's just niche down for seniors. Then you click on enter. Now let's say this is the topic you want to write about, right? Let's say this is the topic you want to write about, that you've chosen to write about. Now what you need to do is to come and look at the books that have been written on this topic. Now you look inside you go and let me open this one on a new tab. Okay, let's open it on a new tab. Now when you actually open it on a new tab, the thing you have to do is to make sure that you look. Now this book is a bestseller. You understand? As you are saying, is a bestseller. And the one thing you want to do is to look inside this book to see how the author structured their book. Now regardless of any niche that you are writing, this is the first thing that you're actually supposed to do. Now I see some people generating their table of content from ChatGPT. Now that is not the best way to actually do it. ChatGPT table of TOC should just be an add-on to what you have already collected from Amazon that is already working. Now you have to write a book based on what is already selling on Amazon. Now you've clicked on this book and you see how they structured their book. Now you will first of all see how they structured their first page, the subtitle, what they included in their subtitle. You now see how they structure their copyright page. You now see how they structure their table of content. Now you begin to look at their table of content and actually model what they included in their book. You understand? Now what is making people buy this book? What is interesting them to actually buy a book like this? You begin to look what these people actually included in their book. That is the best way to, first of all, to get your table of contents, to know what to include in your book. Go to the best selling books and find out what they are including in their book. Now, when you know what they are including in their book, you know how and what to actually now prompt ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT to generate your table of content based on the information you've collected on your Amazon, you understand, research, based on the information you've gathered. So it will generate a table of content based on that. So you now know that you are writing a book that will sell well, because what you included in your table of content is what is already selling on Amazon. So you should understand that part first. It is very important. It is very important to make sure that you model your table of content from the best selling book. Now, if you go down, you see how they structured their introduction. Now, this is the introduction for this book. The journey to health is a paved way with mindful choices. This author started with a quote. Now, you now see, if I start with a quote, would it be a good idea for me to start with a quote? Now, the next thing to look at is the points of view the authors use. Now, different niches, different points of view. You have to understand that. Is this cookbook author actually using a one-person point of view, or a second person point of view, or a third person point of view? You understand? So you have to understand that part, the point of view these people are actually using to write their books. You have to understand that part. Now you will now see how their book is well formatted and well written. You understand? So you now see how they structured their format. Like, creating the content is not the problem. You understand? It's understanding how and what makes a book actually sells. So prompting ChatGPT is like one of the easiest things to actually do. I am actually telling you, is one of the easiest things to actually do. So one thing to note first is to make sure that any book you want to create a book that will sell, a book that will solve problem. You want to create a quality book, and creating a quality book is from what is already working on Amazon. You should understand it. You should understand that fact. You get. So you now see things that are included in their book, how they structure their introduction and every single thing. You get. So after collecting all this relevant information about a quality book, you can now use that information and go and generate your book. You get. So the next place you want to go is to go to ChatGPT. You get. Go to ChatGPT. Let me just open a new chat. You understand? Go to ChatGPT. Now, if you come to ChatGPT, there is something called point of view that I actually talked about. Now, I just play around with ChatGPT. Sometimes I go ask questions so that I can actually create quality books. You get. If I create a book, I make sure that my book solves that particular problem that is promising to solve. So you have to know the element that makes a book the best. You get. So I actually came to ChatGPT and I was like, what is a one-person point of view? You get. Now ChatGPT actually has to explain to me what a one-person point of view is. You understand? Now I actually told you that what a cookbook author will actually use in creating their book, the point of view is not what a self-help guy will actually use in creating their book. Now we have a one-person point of view, we have a second-person point of view, and we have a third-person point of view. Now ChatGPT actually now gave me this response. The first one-person point of view seems a bit ambiguous, but it could be referring to the concept of a narrative perspective in storytelling. In literature, there are three main points of view: first-person point of view, second-person point of view, and a third-person point of view. If you mean a one-person point of view as a narrative perspective, it could imply the first-person point of view where the story is narrated by one of the characters using pronouns like I, me, or my. So if you're actually creating a book and you are using a one-person point of view, you're actually creating a book that is related to you. You are making that book personal so that your readers and your potential customers can relate with the kind of story. So if you want to do your, for example, you want to do your introduction, you will do a introduction that it's like a one-person point of view, so that these people can actually relate. Okay, this guy that is actually teaching us how to do this, writing a book about this, has passed through this stuff. You understand? Or maybe you want to write in a second person point of view. You means you will be talking about the people themselves. You understand? So all this stuff are emotional triggers that actually compel people to buy your book and even recommend your book to others to buy. Now you have a third person point of view where you will be talking about a third party. You understand? So these are things you need to understand before you even start prompting ChatGPT. These are things you need to understand. You get? Now I went on to prompt ChatGPT. I asked ChatGPT, what is the best way to write a non-fiction book? Should it be written using a one-person point of view, two-person point of view, which is the second person point of view, or three-person point of view, which is a third-person point of view? Now ChatGPT now gave me this response. The choice of point of view in a non-fiction book depends on the nature of the content and the author's goal. Here is a brief overview of the common points of view in non-fiction writing. First person point of view. Advantages: it creates a personal and engaging connection with the reader. It allows the author to share personal experience, thoughts and insight directly. Consideration: it may limit the objective of the narrative, as the perspective is inherently subjective. It might not be suitable for all topics. So you have to understand where to use a one-person point of view, a second-person point of view, and a third-person point of view. Now he actually went on to talk about the second-person point of view, which is advantages: involves the reader directly. You understand? So a second person, you are actually talking about the reader directly, making them feel a part of the narrative, useful for instructional or helpful books, self-help books, where the author wants to address the reader directly. So you have to understand this thing in order for you to create great books. So it's not just about coming to ChatGPT to just drum prompt and ChatGPT now gives you generic content and you say, this AI is not good, I need ChatGPT 4. Regardless of the version of ChatGPT you use, if you know how to actually give clear instructions to ChatGPT, it will generate the best humanized content for you that you can actually use, format and upload to Amazon. That when you look at, when you be creating these books, when you be reading what this AI will actually be generating for you, you will be like, you want to even buy your book because the content is loaded, it is very informative and it is helpful. You get? So you have to understand this. Now he actually went on to talk about a third person point of view. Now limited third person narrator shares the thoughts and feelings of one character, or many science third person. Narrator knows the thoughts and feelings of all characters. Advantages: provides more objective tone, suitable for presenting information, analysis and historical accounts. You understand? Consideration: might feel less personal compared to a first person point of view. It can be harder to create an emotional connection with the reader. So you have to understand how this stuff works. So if you, for example, you're actually creating an introduction, your introduction should be based on these two points of view. Either a one person point of view, which is you are sharing your personal experience, or secondly a second person point of view, which means you are talking about the reader themselves. That means you are creating an avenue for them to connect with your book. You get? So it is things that you need to understand for you to actually create good books. You have to understand them. Now after you have gathered all this information, you've understood the point of view that you use in creating your book, that the people in your niche are using to creating their book. That is why you need to go to Amazon to do your research, look inside the book and look at the points of view these people are actually using to create their books. When readers can actually connect with a book, they easily recommend that book to other people to buy, and they leave good reviews that make those books rank. You understand? So you can actually do everything right in your 7 backend keyword, just the way I explained in my other video. If you have not seen that video, you can actually go and see that video. I'll link the video in the description down below. You can actually do everything right and not even rank, just because of what? People are not engaging with your book. So you have to make sure that you write a quality book that people can actually engage to with. You understand? So people dropping reviews and people reading your book, if you put your book on KDP Select, your book is interesting for people to read. Your book is like a top-notch quality that is solving the problem that that book is promising. You will see that the book will rank, because Amazon will keep recommending it, because they are perceiving that, okay, this book is solving problems for our customer, and if we rank this book, Amazon is making money. You yourself, you are actually making money. So you actually have to understand this part. You have to really understand this part. You understand? So after you have actually gathered all this information, the next thing to do now is to now come and create your book. Just come to Chatgpt. Now if you come to Chatgpt, the first thing you want to do is to make sure you get Chatgpt to know what you want to write about as an author. You have to actually let Chatgpt aware. Just prepare Chatgpt's mind what you want to write. So I just drafted some like easy framework on how you can actually do this. First of all, the first thing you actually have to do is ask Chatgpt if it knows about that particular topic. Now you can just come up with something like, do you know about, you put the topic. For example, we say renal diet cookbook, or you want to write relationship or about anything. So ask Chatgpt if it knows about that topic. You get? You just come ask. That's the first thing to do. Do you know about renal disease? You understand? Now Chatgpt will actually produce this information for you. Yes, I'm familiar with renal disease. Renal disease, also known as kidney disease, refers to a condition in which the kidney are damaged and cannot function properly. The kidney plays. Now just looking at this simple prompt I gave to Chatgpt, now you now see that this stuff that you're actually seeing here, if you read it, if you pause this video and read this stuff, you see that it's not even AI associated. You understand? But it's producing human-like content for us. There are various causes of renal disease, including diabetes, hypertension. You understand? It listed a lot of things. Now this is the best, like the best way to actually structure your book in order for you to get quality content to create your book. You understand? So you have to know how to really do this. So after that, I was like, okay, thank you for your wonderful response. I want to write a book titled. Now you include the title of your book. You get? And paste. Now this is the structure on how you can actually write a book that will sell and a book that is of good quality. Now look at what I actually gave to Chatgpt. Now it generated this stuff for you. That's a great idea for a book. Writing a renal diet cookbook for seniors can be a valuable resource for individuals with renal disease who are looking for delicious and kidney friendly recipes. Here are the basic outline to help you get started. Now you see the outline that Chatgpt have actually generated for us. You get? And if you pause this video again and actually look at this outline, you see that this thing is like very fantastic. Now the next prompt to actually give Chatgpt to actually get the best content, out of Chatgpt, is to just come and say, can you give me a comprehensive outline of what should be included in my book? You get? Just paste. Now Chatgpt will actually give you this response. You get? Now, regardless of any niche that you're actually writing on, using this method I'm actually showing you here, you will get the best possible content from ChatGPT. Now, the next thing you want to do is to say, now put them in chapters in order of importance. You get, and you click on enter. Now you see that ChatGPT has not actually given us the like main what we actually want. Now all you do, now this information is not clear. Now ChatGPT now has a feature on how you can now edit your prompt, and it will give you the exact result that you want. You submit. If it actually gives you something like this again, you will now say, when it just is done creating, just say thank you, can you please arrange them in chapters, then click on enter. You get, now you see that it has arranged it in chapters for us. Now when you actually look at the outline of this book, chapters to chapter, you will see that like it gave me a comprehensive information about renal diet cookbook for seniors. Now you see a warm welcome, purpose of this book, brief overview of renal disease in seniors, how the book can help you improve kidney health. You understand, understanding renal diet. So like this is the best possible ways to actually get quality content. And now after that you can now come and appreciate ChatGPT for, if you are okay with the table of content ChatGPT actually provided for you, you can now just come appreciate ChatGPT for the table of content it actually generated for you. You get, just appreciate, you understand, just appreciate ChatGPT for the content it actually generated for you. Now listen to this side carefully. Now the next thing you want to do is to give it a prompt like this. And paste. Thank you. Now this is how this will work. I will give you prompts and you will provide me with the best answer in a clear, simple English. Do you understand? Make sure ChatGPT actually understand what you're actually trying to talk about. You get, so this is the best way to know if ChatGPT is really understanding what you are writing, to give you the best information. Ask ChatGPT if it understands what you're actually trying to tell it. Now just press enter and see the response. Absolutely, I understand. Feel free to provide your prompts and I will do my best to provide you with clear and simple answers in English. Clear and simple. Please take note of that word, clear and simple. So the next thing you want to do is just tell ChatGPT to pay attention to your next prompt. You get, to pay attention to your next prompt. You get, now it must say certainly I'm paying attention, please go ahead and provide your next prompt or question. You get, now if ChatGPT actually responds to you like this and you want to now generate your book, there are things called action words, and I actually listed them here. These are things you can actually use to not get generic content from ChatGPT. That is content that is actually sounding AI like. So you use an action word like give me tell me about, explain, generate, write about. You understand? Now just for example, look at this. Using 600 words, give me a clear explanation of. You understand? This is how to actually prompt ChatGPT to actually get the best result. Now let's go back to our table of content. You get? Now let's say we want to write about the purpose of this book. You just copy it. You now tell ChatGPT something like, tell me about the purpose of this book. Now remember, we actually talked about points of view. You can now say using a one person point of view or using a second person point of view. For example, let's say you want to use a second person point of view. Tell me about the purpose of this book using a second person point of view. You understand? Just click on enter and see the magic ChatGPT will actually give to you. You get? The purpose of this book is to guide you as a senior in managing renal health through a practical and delicious approach to nutrition. It aims to provide clear insights into a renal friendly diet and offering a variety of recipes. Now if you're actually reading this stuff now, you will see that this information ChatGPT actually just gave me does not sound AI like. You get? Now this is how to actually generate the best possible content from ChatGPT. Now you want to be generating your chapters, you just go ahead and prompt ChatGPT to actually give you this stuff, how the book can help you improve. You get? Now you can say something like, right? And you can, one thing again is to, you can limit the numbers of characters or the numbers of words ChatGPT will actually use in giving her the content that you want. Let me say you want a word of like 600 words. Like you can say using 600 words or using 1000 words. Let's just practicalize it. Using 600 words write about, you understand, how the book can help you improve kidney health using a second person point of view. It's not about rushing to create your book, it's about creating quality books. You understand? Now look at the information ChatGPT just gave us here. Now pause this video and read through this. In this comprehensive guide tailored specifically for you, our aim is to illuminate the path towards improved kidney health. The pages of this book unfold with a purpose to empower you with knowledge and practical strategies that can significantly contribute to enhancing your. See, as you are reading this stuff, it will be a book that you yourself you want to buy. You understand? You see that the information that ChatGPT is actually giving you is loaded. You get? It is loaded. Okay, and one thing I actually want you to note in the prompt I've actually been providing and giving in this video is this. Thank you. I said thank you. Now this is how this will work. I will give you prompts and you will provide me with the best answer in clear, simple English. Now this is the magic here. What you're actually seeing, generating quality content here is what actually holds the key to generating quality content from ChatGPT. Clear, simple English. You understand? Now if you actually see, for example, let's go again and pick something we want to generate. Okay, now this is what is renal diet. Now just copy. You now just say something like, tell me, okay, let's give it using 500 words. Tell me about renal diet. You understand? In clear, simple English. You get? Now you just click on enter and you see the magic ChatGPT actually give to you. You get? Now you look at the magic ChatGPT is actually doing. Now since I've been generating these informations, if you just go through the information I've produced here, pause them and read them, you will see that there is nothing AI like here. Every single thing that ChatGPT is actually giving me is 100% humanized. You understand? It's 100% humanized. Now if you come and actually pause this and read, a renal diet, simply put, is a specialized eating plan designed to support the health of your kidneys. If you are navigating kidney issues, this diet becomes a crucial tool in managing your well-being. Let's unravel the essentials of a renal diet in clear and simple terms. You get? Understanding the basics. A renal diet primarily focuses on controlling the intake of certain nutrients that, look, you go to read your book here, your body go to sweet you. You understand? It will be a book that you even want to buy. You get? So this is like the simple method of actually generating the best content with ChatGPT. You understand? So the formula is just that clear, simple English and limiting the words. The best way to actually get the best out of ChatGPT is not generate. I actually see some people, they want to generate the full book one time. Just the best way to actually get the best out of ChatGPT is to generate your content bit by bit, little by little. You understand? So if you actually follow this method I'm actually showing you here, you will get the best point, you get the best content out there for your book. You get? And understanding the point of view that people in your niche are using is very important. And also one thing to do, you can even assign a role to ChatGPT. You can assign a role to it. You get? You can actually assign a role to ChatGPT, and this is after you have maybe told ChatGPT what the kind of book you want to write. Now you just assign a role to ChatGPT, and you can use attributes like you are a, you understand, you are a creative, let me say a creative writer, you are a creative writer. So you just lay the framework on how you want ChatGPT. If you're actually doing cookbook, you can say you are a professional nutritionist. If you're actually doing self-help, you understand? So you give it, you look at people that are actually doing self-help books in that niche that are doing well, and you can, for example, let me say Robert Kiyosaki that is doing business and money. You can actually, if you're actually someone that is into business and money, you can assign a role to ChatGPT to write like Robert Kiyosaki. You get? Now you know that when you actually give it that kind of prompt and you assign a role to it, it will now give you content just the way Robert Kiyosaki creates his book. The tune and everything will be the like of like Robert Kiyosaki. So you need to give it attributes like you are an articulate, you are an intelligent or friendly or helpful professional, experienced professional, experienced copywriter. You understand? You are a creative copywriter. So you are a creative nutritionist. So you give it rows to use in creating your book. Now when you actually give it rows to actually create your books, you can now use this format I showed you here, using dash dash that, tell me about, explain this. So what you just do is just use this, give me, tell me about, explain, give me a clear explanation, you understand, generate, write me, write about. So these are just the framework you need to use, and you just paste the topic you want to generate. So it's something that is very simple to do. Using this method, you actually get the best possible content, humanized content to actually use in creating your books, you understand. And I believe that we all have actually learned great secrets in this book. So all I will actually urge you to do is to make sure that you like this video, and make sure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Now when you actually like this video, there are a lot of people that don't know how to actually generate good books with Chatgpt, you understand, and I want this video to actually get to them. So all you need to do is to make sure you like the video. Now if you actually like this video, YouTube will recommend this video to more people that actually needs this video, you understand, to other online courses that actually needs this video. So like this video, leave a comment, ask a question on the comment section. I actually reply to all comments. So you can subscribe to this YouTube channel to become part of the Value Bank family, and I'll actually pin a comment for our Telegram community group, so you can actually join the community group. There you can actually ask questions, and you see professionals and people that are like-minded like you respond to your questions. So I believe that after watching this video, creating good content from with Chatgpt will be very easy for you to do. So all you just need to do is just to follow the framework I've aligned. It doesn't matter the niche that you are, just know what to include in your book. You understand that other authors that are selling in that topic are actually using. Come and create a table of content with it, and just use this method. Tell me about, give me a clear explanation, and make sure you put that in simple clear English for you to actually get the best out of it. Thank you so much for actually watching this video. I'm Value Bank, and as always, I'm rooting for you from afar. Don't just create books, create life. God bless you.